Hi, I'm Cher Kaufmann. Today I'm going to share with you a little bit about Gamsol, which is 100% odorless mineral spirits. And sometimes people aren't quite sure how those work, but they are a phenomenal tool if you work with colored pencils. Now, Gamsol is a clear mineral spirit that is used to help dissolve colored pencils and help them blend. It looks clear. It doesn't have a smell. However, it is a solvent, which means that when you're not using it, you do want to keep it closed. The way I keep mine is in an old baby food jar, and I put some cotton down at the bottom, and I just put some of the Gamsol down there so that if this were to ever spill, it's not really going to go anywhere because it's absorbed in, and I just use it through the cotton balls. So let me show you how to use Gamsol. Gamsol is used to move the color on your page. So here I have a couple of different colors on my page already, but I want to show you, I'm just applying a layer just the same way that I would in my regular coloring, but there's a place when I get to where they're blending that I want a smoother look. I want something that blends and kind of softens in a totally different way than my pencils do all on their own. So when I add the colors here, there's a couple of different ways that I can actually add Gamsol to my paper and to have it move. Now you'll notice I'm keeping this white so that I can move my color with the Gamsol, and here we'll blend it in. So two different ways that we can use Gamsol here is, one of them is that you can use a brush. There's two different brushes here. I have a tendency to like a flat brush, but because of where we're going to apply it, I'm going to use one of these small little brushes here. I'm going to take my Gamsol and I'm just going to dip my brush into the wet cotton ball. And then I've got it on the tip of my brush here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to brush the Gamsol into my color, and you see how it just has this real soft blend, and I can begin to pull some of this light color out towards the tip, and it just softens that completely. Another way to use Gamsol is to use what they call a blending stump. So you'll notice here I've used it once before, and what I'm going to do is the same thing, is I'm going to dip the blending stump into my Gamsol, and you'll be able to see there's a little bit of a difference where it has been absorbed into the blending stump. I'm going to close this off. And I'm going to do a circular motion. And I'm going to move this through all of my colors, and you'll see that they just blend and mix together. And I can drag them a little bit into each other. And so they end up with this really nice, soft blending motion. Now, some people don't like the blending stump because it does absorb quite a bit of Gamsol into it, but it also has the maneuverability very similar to a pencil. So if that's what you're used to working with and you like to have that kind of control, you might want to use a blending stump. I would suggest, though, when you're done with a color, that you either designate a blending stump to just that color, so this would be my blues, or to get a little bit of sandpaper, like an emery board, and just kind of sharpen this back up. Since this is just a paper product, that sandpaper will just take off that color, and then you'll have a brand new clean stump again. So those are two super easy ways to use Gamsol as a really nice solvent to your colored pages. I hope you enjoy this. Find your style. Have fun.